Well, hi, I'm Brad with Cyclery, and I'm going to show you how to build the bike you just got, Little Johnny. So this is we've got our Marin Hidden Canyon here. I'm going to show you how to build it. First thing you're going to do is take it out of the box. I've got my box open. I'm going to pull out a little box of parts there, and then in one motion I'm going to hold the box, and you should be able to pretty much pull the whole thing out at once like that. I'm going to assume that at home most of us don't have a nice shop work stand. If you want to get one, I highly recommend the Park PRS 20s, but we'll assume that we don't have one right now. And you can see I laid it on the non-drive side. That's because there's right here you've got your derailleur and all your drivetrain components. You don't want those to bend, so I'm going to lay it down on that side like so. The things you want that you're going to need to build this bike are going to be, you're going to need probably a pedal wrench of some sort. A crescent wrench may get you by, but a good pedal wrench like the Park PW5 here is ideal. We sell these. If you have a 15 mil open end wrench, this is also really helpful. A pair of dikes, and then a Park 3-way Allen key. These work great. You will use them on every bike you ever have, so it's definitely a necessary Park for any bike you'll ever build. And then I've got my X-Acto knife for getting our box open. So what I'm going to start doing here is kind of unclipping stuff. So we'll start here with the seat post. I'm just going to be careful not to scratch the bike. Gets me the seat post off. And then I'll turn this up. There's the front wheel. And then they wrap this guy up good. So you're just going to take all this wrapping off. Okay, so we're basically there. I got some still on the front. I'm going to leave that off for now because the bike's sitting nice and upright with the fork on the ground, so it makes it easy for me. So I'm going to pull this back. First thing I'm going to want to do here is probably put my handlebars on. So I'm going to take my Allen wrench. This is a 4. I'm just going to unscrew these bolts like so. It's very important that you have an Allen wrench that fits, otherwise you'll strip these bolts. All bicycles always use metric parts, except some BMX bikes, but this isn't one of those. So I left all these bolts in here just sitting like that, but they're loose. That way they don't go anywhere when I pull the faceplate off. And then I can just easily roll this up. And I'm going to stick it on right there. Get my cable out of the way. I'm going to start with it like this. You can see that the reflector is kind of out of the way. They did that on purpose so that you can screw all the bolts in and then you can go back and readjust your reflector. I'm going to line this up in the center and start, kind of just get these just a little tight. Not so much that I can't still move the bar around, because I want to be able to adjust it. Okay, so now you can see that's tight. I can kind of line up the center there's a bunch of markings on the handlebar. I'm going to put those, try and keep those in the most center part of the stem. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to rotate this down so that makes more sense. And then tighten it up. You want the gaps on both sides of the faceplate to be pretty even, so I kind of leave my fingers there to feel. Tighten this up. Now if you don't have a good torque wrench at home, a lot of this kid stuff you can kind of guess, but I would highly recommend getting a Ritchie torque key, which I have right here. What this little thing does is has one torque setting. It's 5 Newton meters, which is right about perfect for just about every bicycle part. So I'm going to go ahead and torque these bolts down. So that one's already there. So is that. And that. Not quite. There it goes. So there. So now my handlebar's safe and secure.